All right, everyone. So hopefully by now you've gotten your hands on the free version of Maya. And when you first open up, you should have a home screen that looks like this. Just kind of you might see that basic tutorial from the last time if you'd already done that. But from here, we're just going to go to new. Okay? I'm not going to save that. And I'm going to try not to make these videos too long. I'll try to chop them up and make them smaller videos so you don't have, such long videos to watch. But there, you can expect kind of a lot of these videos here. So the first thing I would just want to do is just go over a general sense of the user interface here. I know it looks really complicated, but just to break things down a little bit, we're obviously going to be going through these as the semester goes through. But at the top, you have your menu bar, right? Nothing special there. Here you have a menu set where you can change between different functions that Maya will do. And you can see that as you change, your menus are going to change too, right? So if we're doing rigging, which is, animating characters, modeling, effects, things like this, all of those menu bars are going to change, okay? We have various save options here, various snapping options here. These are different rendering options here, but this whole tab of icons here, this is called your status line, okay? So your status line here. And then here you can see all these individual tabs. These are called our shelves, right? So each shelf will give you a list of different tools that we can use, right? Okay, and let's see, coming down in here, we have our toolbar here, right? Various selection tools, different ways to move and navigate around Maya. Okay, we have our viewport here, right? Our main viewport, and then we have viewport menu items here, and these will control how we're viewing the scene. Okay, we have our channel box here, and the purpose of the channel box is anytime you select on an object, all of the various parameters of that channel box will pop up. So different attributes such as the opacity, things like this, transformation options. We have a layers tab here, and if you're familiar with Photoshop, this works much in the same function, right? It just kind of gives you a hierarchical order of your different objects. Okay, we have our time slider here. When we start doing animation, this will make more sense, right? Basically, these are frames. These are animation frames here, okay? This is our range slider, right? So this lets us move through the time slider, right? Right now it's set to 200, but you could set this to anything you wanted. So 1000, right? And you can see the time slider will go to 1000. And these are each a frame, right? These are each a frame. We have our frames per second here. This is set at 24 frames per second. This is for television and film, but obviously, if those of you that are gamers, right, you're probably more familiar with this, 60 frames per second for most video games these days. But for now, we'll leave that on 24, okay? These are our playback controls for animation. Play, fast forward, rewind, go to the end, go to the beginning. We're not going to use too much of these here. So this is MEL. This stands for Maya embedded language. It's a coding language where if you wanted to enter in lines of code, Maya will also work with Python as well. And then the script editor here, so this lets you put in one code at a time. But if you go to script editor here, you can put in multiple lines of code, and again, in MEL or Python. Like I said, this I wouldn't really worry about, where I don't anticipate we're going to get into that. But this is just letting you know what everything is. And then you see this right here. This is your help bar, right? So anytime you scroll over anything, right, you see that help line, that help bar will tell you what that tool does, right? So that's really helpful just to have that here. Okay, so like I said, that was a very quick, just basic breakdown. All of this will get much more familiar as we go through the course. And the second thing I wanted to show you in this video is I just wanted to show you basically how you want to go about saving and creating your files, right? So anytime you're doing anything, anytime you start one of our projects, right? You don't have to do this for the exercises because those are quick and they're probably not going to require a lot of outside source material or textures or things like that. But what you want to do, this is how I would like you to set up for your projects, right? So you're going to want to come to File, and you're going to come to Project Window. Okay, so Maya, what it does is anytime you have a project, right, it's going to give you all these different folders that are inside the main umbrella project, right? So if you're using, say, for example, sounds for some, it's going to keep a sound folder. If you're using templates or images from something else, you know, you have different images that you're using as source material. If you have different textures, right? It needs to all be saved under one umbrella file, because if you tried to open this file without these support files, Maya wouldn't know where to look for those things. So what you want to do is just go to New, okay? And here, so you can't use any spaces, right? So here, I would just do your name, like I was already kind of playing around with this earlier, but I would just do your name and then Maya, sorry, underscore Maya project 1 or something, right? For the first project. And then you'll come to this little folder here. And this is asking, okay, where do you want this folder to live, right? Where do you want this to live? If you have multiple hard drives, a C drive, D drive, you can pick anywhere you want. But I would say, just for the purpose of this class, I would maybe just pick your desktop, right? Pick your desktop. So then, you know, I'll hit accept here. Okay, and then after you've done that, then you go to File and then Set Project, and then choose, you know, what if you have Tom Walker Maya Project 1, Maya Project 2, Maya Project 3. This is whatever project you're working on. So we're gonna select this here, and we're gonna hit Set. So now Maya goes, okay, I'm locked into this folder, and you can see I have it on my desktop right here, Tom Walker Maya Project 1. So it's there, it's ready for me, and that's what you're going to want to do for each of your projects. So you can open these all up independently and work on different projects at a time. And I'll just show you. So when I open this folder, right, it has all of these subfolders, right? Now they're empty. There's nothing in them. But like I said, if I was using, you know, different source materials, if I had rendering, if I had special effects, if I was pulling things in from other programs, right, this is where it would all be under one nice umbrella project folder, okay? So that's basically how you're going to set up for these projects. And yeah, so I'll stop this video here just so you can kind of digest that, piece it together, go through it again, and then the next video we'll go through some navigation fundamentals here. Okay? All right. Hey guys, one thing that I forgot to do is I forgot to tell you what type of file to save your Maya work as. So once you've set your project, you've been working and you want to save, just come up to File, right? Save scene as, and then this right here. This is really important. You want to make sure that your file type here is Maya ASCII instead of binary, right? Binary meaning that your information is all just coded in ones and zeros. Should anything happen to your files, it's much easier to recover in this Maya ASCII file type, okay? So just wanted to add that in there, really important. Make sure you always save as, for at least for our class, make sure you always save as that file type, okay?